Alright, so 49ers Eagles. This was, I remember watching this game still. Last play of the game when Beathard hurled down to the end zone to be an incompletion. Good game. Philly did what I didn't think they would do. Looking at the stats, Philly had almost half the total yards San Fran did, but they also didn't turn the ball over as much as San Fran did, which was really the key to the game. And as you can see, Philadelphia did hold on to the ball about as much as San Fran did, but it was a tough game for Philly. I didn't know if they were going to win. I didn't think they would exactly win, but they did. Wentz had a good performance, not great. 73.5 QBR says a bit. Was sacked 3 times for 19 yards, better than what we've seen at some times this year. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 193, 18 for 28. That's good. The running game couldn't get very much going behind Sanders. Total of 28 carries by everyone for 93 yards. Miles had the most carries and yards with 13 carries for 46. 1 touchdown scored by Wentz on a designed quarterback run. Looking at the wide receivers, it was really a spread around game for everyone. Top 3 receivers in terms of yards was Fulgham, Ward, Rogers with 57, 38, 35. Fulgham had the only receiving touchdown. Ertz went 4 for 9, which kind of surprised me. 4 catches for 9 yards, but he was targeted 5 times. Ward was only caught 4 of his 7 targets. The only 2 people to catch all their targets was Killings with 1 catch for 1 target, and Hightower catching 2 of his 2 targets. Wentz did fumble once. Hurts fumbled once. Hurts fumbled on a bad snap. I think also Wentz fumbled on a bad snap. Malik recovered Nick Fullins' 1 fumble on defense. Looking at how the defense performed, McLeod, Gary, Epps are your top 3 in total tackles. It was 9, 8, and 8. LeBlanc had 6, Riley had 5, Slay had 4, and Barnett had 4. That's everyone above 3 tackles. Looks like, in terms of pass deflections, there were 3. 1 by Singleton, 1 by Slay, and 1 by McLeod. 15 QB hits, 2 defensive touchdowns. What? There was only 1. And that was by Singleton on the interception that it's listed. 15 QB hits, 1 by Graham, 1 by Hargrave, 2 by Malik Jackson, 5 by Jannard Avery, which was very surprising. Hassan had 1. Josh Sweat had 1. Derek Barnett had 2. Cravon had 1. And Nathan Gary had 1. In terms of sacks and tackle for a loss, 5 sacks, 7.5 TFLs. Half a tackle for a loss and sack to Hargrave, 1 to Jannard, 1 to Hassan, 1 to Josh Sweat, and these are in both categories. 1 tackle for a loss to TJ, half a sack and 1 tackle for a loss to Barnett, 1 and 1 to Cravon, and 1 tackle for a loss to Gary. So a defensive feast. McLeod and Singleton both had a pick. Singleton returned his for 30 yards for a touchdown. McLeod got 21 yards out of his. Scott had 1 return for 15 yards on kicks. On punts, Greg Ward had 1 return for 8. Jake Elliott made a 35-yard field goal to go 1-1 on field goals, made 2 of 2 extra points, and had 5 points on the day for the team. Cameron Johnston, 6 punts for 370 yards, an average of 51.2, so over 50 yards a punt. 1 touchback. 3 of them were in the 20, which is really surprising, and his longest was 61. So Johnston had a great had a great day. The team looked good. They didn't look the best. I mean, they really couldn't get it going in the running game. They averaged 3.3 yards per rush. They were 1 for 2 in the red zone. Had 3 penalties for 25, which was good compared to the 49ers 6 for 42. Only turned over the ball once compared to the 3. Had just about the same time of possession, which I didn't expect. Yards per pass was almost even, 5.6 Philly, 6.0 for San Fran. Philly was 18 for 28 compared to San Fran 32 for 45. So San Fran really relied on the passing game. Philly relied on the passing game, but also tried to put something in the running game, which really didn't work for them. But yeah, it was a good game, and hopefully we can see what Philly can do today.